Test, test, test.
Sarcastic face behind you, sorry.
being here. If there are small children who would like to come down and sit at the front, please do come down. If there are big children who want to sit down the front, you're more than welcome. And therefore, there are a few extra seats where people can squeeze in, make a friend. We're all here to celebrate the life of Harvey Tan. So look, on behalf of Andrew, Leslie, and Lynn, I just want to welcome you all and thank you to those who travel from near and far for being here today. My name is Graham Burns, or Burnsy, or Uncle Burnsy, for kids who want to call me that. Some of you might remember me from the Leslie and Andrew wedding. Every birthday that Andrew's had since he was 16, and a few other life events along the way. It's a real honour to be here today to help everybody here celebrate a life and to be here for one another in what's going to be a really touching and pleasing tribute to the life of a very special young man that we'll meet. Before we get going, I just want to do a few thank yous on behalf of the family. So to Alan, Haley, Lisa, and Sandra, huge thank you for your support and help setting up today. I know the family truly appreciate it. To all of Harvey's school friends helped pull together the tribute tree that you'll see outside shortly. Well done everybody, it looks fantastic. I'm sure Harvey appreciates it very much. And then so, it's a very hard thing to try and express the inexpressible. It's a tough day for everybody in this room, but what we can do is we can laugh, cry, we can reminisce, and we can celebrate. And the families pulled together a really touching ceremony for us this afternoon. We're going to hear from friends and family, starting with Andrew, saying a few words on behalf of the family. My good friend Andrew Swantkirk, Courtney, Dave Miller, Leslie, Shay Diaz have got a wonderful activity for us to all participate in towards the end of the ceremony. And then lastly, Joe will help us close things out. At the end of all this, just one ask on behalf of the family. We all go into David Buster's afterwards, so we'll clear up here relatively quickly and continue the reflections and celebrations a bit later this afternoon. So that said, I'm going to pass it to Andrew. Once again, thank you all for being here.
So thank you to everyone that's come today. We only moved to Austin 4 short years ago, but the depth and breadth of people here today is just fantastic. I've made Magnolia friends, Harvey's first school, and then coming here into Circle C, all of the Clayton kiddos and families that we've met and made friends with. My mates from Australia who came despite my best wishes to not Leslie's friends from college who are now some of my friends. The Fit for Mums, Leslie's, great establishment, getting here and making the network. The medical team that looked after Harvey, I see you guys up there. Ruben! I'll be still sorry, it's one of the times. Okay. Harvey was just such a sweet young boy. He'd be so excited to see so many people use. He's kind, he's generous, he's caring, he's welcoming. One of the mums, sorry, I don't remember who it was, one of the mums came up to me earlier. He said, her daughter said that Harvey got the best stories. And he really did. Okay. All those great things. He was also a competitive normal son. He loved to play board games. For a while, a weekend morning routine consisted of breakfast around the table, bacon and tacos, and then a board game. And funnily enough, it was a game of life. And he would want to win every time. Another favourite was Minecraft, which our hospice nurse Rebecca would know all about. He played plenty of rounds of Minecraft with her. And speaking of Minecraft, I'm sure I'll speak to the boys in the front now. He loved his Minecraft. He was obsessed. He played it, he watched it, he talked about it. He built in those worlds with the Magenta Lane legends. Yeah, there you go, boys. And Aria loves playing Minecraft as well. And I was fortunate to spend some time in a family world that he created for him and I. I had no idea what I was doing, but it was quality time. And he taught me things I had no idea about. Water bucket clutching, one block mods. And I guess on the lines of Minecraft, as a parent in this modern age, there was plenty of iPad time, and he loved watching Minecraft. Mikey, JJ Crafty, all those streamers that probably should be watching us are he also liked Fish Guys. Fish Guys became a big thing towards the end. He loved seeing the exotic species of fish that the guys had pulled from the dark web. Who knows what was going on there. What I would get to just hear one more story of a blue-ringed octopus or some shark that you've never heard about. It was good times. He loved Lego. He and I had a special bond around Lego. I think just reflecting over the past week and a half, I really miss sitting at the dining room table, getting his playlist out, AJR, Imagine Dragons. Thank you to Joe for getting Leslie and him up to the AJR concert in Denver, I think last year or the year before. And Shay got his tickets to the Imagine Dragons concert. Really great things for him, but just blasting that music, handing him pieces, the simple things, right? What ultimately was his last time he left the house was actually a trip with Leslie and I to Barton Creek Mall. We went to the Lego store, picked out the biggest Lego set, of course, 3,000 piece monster that I was still trying to put together, and had some ice cream. That was his perfect day. And I guess with that love affair of Lego, I bought a couple of sets for later on at Dave & Buster's. If you feel like putting a bag together and then everyone comes together and completes the set, that would be great. We'll hang it up on our wall and just have a nice memory of today. Fitting kind of tribute for him. Anyway, I think as adults, it's often the simplest, overlooked things that children cherish and love the most. And I think we could all use that reminder of now and again to take the blinkers off and smell the roses. And the one that I picked for me was our trips back to Sydney, back home, and just going into the city. An excursion of getting on the bus and going across the Harbour Bridge and maybe a haircut at Daddy's favourite barber in the city with the Lembo roasties, a mean fade, and then some ice cream and Circle K. It sounds so simple, but for Harves and for Maddie and Teddy, it was as good as it gets. It really is the simple things in life, and them having your undivided attention, so special. To these kiddos in the front, friends from all over the place, you guys are special to Harvey. He loved playing with you. He, in his unique Harvey way, no doubt enjoyed bossing around a little bit at times. He did have that little bossy streak. Yeah, exactly. But he loved playing with you guys. And it's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel those feelings. It's normal. And then you can laugh, you can giggle, you can scream, whatever you feel, that's right. Tell your sibling stories about Harvey. Tell your parents, tell each other, share stories. I'd love to hear it. I think it's really important. And yeah, in closing, thank you for being here. From far and wide, my Aussie mates, thank you, I hate you. Definitely made it harder. But like, this ballroom is fantastic. Thank you. I think Shire, Joe, thank you for setting up the live stream. Mum,
Cheers, cheers.
I miss you. Friends back home, miss you guys. I'll be back there shortly to see you guys. Special thanks to Hayley and Joe, the past week and a half, just real rocks in the foundation. So great. Shane and Lisa, this is great photo collages that we should all get a laugh on later. It's great. The Parkside families, thank you for picking up our slack with Maddie and Terry the past week and a half. It's been really great to not have to worry about picking them up and being with one and stuff. Everyone that's given me a hug today, past week and a half, dropped off a meal, made a donation, sent a message, thank you. It seems so small, but it really does mean a lot. And yeah, look forward to celebrating David Buster's and emptying out that claw machine.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is what we follow a selected excerpt from a book that Leslie and Harvey and the family read together. It is The Invisible Screen by Chris Cast. And the section is an eclectic bit that Leslie just picked out at random, and they're not random, I'm sure. And just gave me, and I said, I'll absolutely read it as it is. I'm not going to change it. People who love each other are always connected by a very special string made of love. Even though you can't see it with your eyes, you can feel it with your heart. And you know that you're always connected to everyone that you love. As they slept, they started dreaming of all the invisible strings that they had, and all of the strings that their friends had, and those friends as well, and those friends, until everyone in the world was connected by invisible strings. And from deep inside, they now clearly see that no one is ever alone.
If any of the Parkside heroes want to head up to the front, along with Miss Courtney, Miss Erin, Miss Tabitha, Miss Sally, anyone else wants to join up and sing. This is a beautiful song that is sung at Maddie and Teddy's school, Parkside. That just broke me up every time we went to just simple gifts and love for everyone to join in. It's very simple, but yeah, let's hear your full voice, please.
Well, getting everybody up here, I want to say thank you to Leslie and Andrew for sharing Harvey with us. We are fortunate to have Maddie and Teddy at Parkside, but we get to have them the pleasure of Harvey as well. So it's really special. And thank you, Harvey, for bringing all these wonderful people together today. So at Parkside, we like to sing. And so this is a special song that we sing every week, and it is based on some words from the Dalai Lama. And one of the things that's special about this song is when we sing it, we like to get close, and we hold on to each other or hold hands, so you can get close if you want. Here's the lyrics right here. I am not a singer, but I love to sing. So I'm going to sing it loud and proud, and I hope you're joining us. And we'll take a part.
Every day, think as you wake up. Today I'm fortunate to have woken up. I'm alive. I have a precious human life, but I'm not gonna waste it. No. Every day, think as you wake up. Today I'm fortunate to have woken up. I'm alive. I have a precious human life, but I'm not gonna waste it. No.
I have a microphone at a moment here, so I know on the back of the program that Andrew and Leslie got the QR code there for some photos of the ceremony, the celebration. And given I'm up here and there are a hell of a lot of people here today, I'm going to take a moment and going to take a photo of everyone. Because I think that'll be something for these ones to remember. So maybe can I get the kids to stand up? Hope that doesn't block the front row, we'll see. And I'll, because you guys have done pretty well so far. You done very, very well.
All children, can you stand up, please? All children. Stand up.
We're just going on.
Chicken jockey! Chicken jockey!
Awesome, thank you very much. Thank you, kids. So, look, before I begin in earnest, I need to bring a couple of things to your attention. Firstly, I'm in choir. So I really need a light leg off here. That photo up on the screen. And I really love this picture of Charlotte, my firstborn daughter, and Harvey there. I think it really epitomises the bond that they forged whilst enduring us parents. Well, mainly me, to be honest. Safe. Secondly, to Hayley and Joe for the last week and a half, where I've been peppering them around a range of things, and Hayley's helped put all of this together for me and for Andrew and Leslie and for the kids today. So thank you both very much for all my questions and all ungodly hours. Thirdly, the shirt that I'm wearing here today. So it's from a Sydney-based team in the Australian rules football. And that's one of my favourite sporting teams. Unlike the American baseball, the winner of our national sport doesn't win a World Series. But we do export our failed players to American football. Michael Dixon from the Seattle Seahawks, some of you I'm sure know him, used to proudly wear these colours until we booted him out. And I choose to wear the shirt to represent the Sydney-based crew here today, but also all those watching the live stream. My name's Dave Miller, as I'm sure you've worked out, and my relationship with Tan family began at the beginning of high school, where Andrew all came together. And Graham turned up a year later when the selection policy was last week. Rob, somewhere here as well, didn't quite fit my joke. But he's here as well with his wife, Ellen. Tammy and I, we both did a gap year, a year between school and when we got a little bit serious at university. And travelled through parts of Europe together before starting at the same university, graduating and doing our first serious jobs at different Big Fours. We were groomsmen at each other's weddings, and it's genuinely great to see so many familiar faces here today from that Austin wedding 10 years ago. Hopefully we're going to dance again if we can remember the dances from that wedding 10 years ago. So if we flip over to the next page, needless to say, Andrew and I have been very close friends, and never for a moment would I not be here to celebrate Harvey's life and to support the family in any way I can. We both enjoyed great food and great company and plenty of wine, and perhaps those before pictures show a little bit of that. And our wives did as well, to be honest, although their after pictures have only got a fair bit better, as Leslie can attest to. Now that love of wine, that's something that Andrew's mum Lynn must have passed down to him. Last Wednesday, just a few hours after Lynn and I both received the news of Harvey's passing, I brought around 3 bottles of champagne and wine to Lynn's, and she went close to going glass to glass with me over that evening. And she woke up the next morning with her first hangover for a good long while. And look, I won't break any confidences, and Maddie and Teddy, you guys can put your ears here. But favourite grandchild was mentioned more times that evening than I can count on a couple of hands. And I really do love that picture there of Lynn and Harvey and Charlotte. It's one of the ones that we've got on TV this week. Now in that dark hour for Andrew, I think it's a sign of his character that he wanted to ensure that his mother was taken care of and comforted. And I know there are a number of others here today who have rallied to do the same this week, and plenty more back home that continue to do the same. That caring nature is clearly something that was passed on to Harvey. And rather than in the discreet and measured and sometimes skipping doses that Andrew holds it out, it quite frankly radiates from Harvey. And examples have already been shared today, and no doubt privately between all of yourselves. And there are many, many more, both large and memorable, but also those which are ultimately extraordinary in their ubiquity in each time that we are in his presence. And our nearly 30 years of friendship, Andrew and I, after those 30 years, have of much globetrotting. We ended up actually just living a couple of streets away from each other until the Tans finished at this side of the pond. Harvey and Charlie, if we go to the next page, are just 3 weeks apart, 2 or 3 weeks apart, and something that's certainly defined my life. And I've experienced so much joy watching their friendship flourish over these 8.5 years. Their first proper outing, was to a burger joint in Waverton, just near our place. And our families made a point of continuing to head out to restaurants to enjoy great food and great company, and burger joints in particular, including the one just around the corner from Andrew and Leslie's, where the kids ate burgers and drank shakes and played that pop the pig game for hours on end. But perhaps not quite enough in hindsight. They were each other's first friends. They were strong friends, and they were there from the beginning. They grew up together, they celebrated milestones together, and they celebrated each other's birthdays together. And then there were Thanksgivings at the camps, we'll stick on this page. And we 4 parents, I remember spending so much time with, again, a few glasses of wine after everyone was left, reflecting on those days and the years that were quickly flowing by. And as you can see here, many, many playgrounds our kids enjoyed, where they rode their scooters endlessly, where they finally worked out the way to get water out of the bubblers, the water fountains for those here in the States. And I needed to include a couple of photos here of the Tans back there, where many, many a treat were consumed by the 2 of them. Clearly they worked out which parents were going to say yes. I'm also going to include Pagan there, who is Leslie's dog and who brought so much joy to all of us, including Harvey. And so on to the next page. Leslie and Andrew trusted us, perhaps really just my wife to be honest, to have Harvey for sleepovers when he was young. We had awesome afternoons and evenings in his company, where his fear of the dark meant Charlotte now sleeps with the door open and the hall light on. Thanks mate, you're having one. Long memory and not that left. I know that's one of the things that Andrew and I are chatting about in these last few months where that continued to be something at Harvey's, and he slept with lights on under his covers and the like. It's something that will stick and has been very well sharp. Look, the baths seem to get smaller and they feel a bit more chilly, and that couch was always a favourite for us. On the next page there's memories of making pancakes in the mornings up there on the left. There are Easter egg hunts there as well, and some unsupervised in front of my whiskey collection, and Charlotte helping Harvey there in the middle to write his name. But little did we know just how quickly Harvey subsequently took to reading and writing. Far better than my daughter. And that one there with my daughter in the left, I think it was just before you guys headed over here and we had a farewell. And then on the next page, so our families have grown, and Harvey and Charlotte had to make space for others. And Harvey was proud of you, Maddie, as you walk out the door right now. And gosh, he was protective, and he loved showing her off to Charlotte. That happened on so many occasions. And I was probably the architect of the photos on the car roof. They, all kids have put up with a fair bit from me, all the photos we've got. But I think this next page is one that is really important to me. There we go. It makes, I think it shows just how tight and supportive that our Sydney Bay's friendship group really is. Amongst the first 5 in that photo on the left-hand side is Sarah's son, and is Robert Ellen's son, wherever they are, sitting up there, near the cameras. And then Smythe and Nikki's sons, the 4 of them up the top there, and then Robert Ellen's full group of 4 there in that bottom right in one of the trips that Andrew was taking back to Australia. And I do hope that they all reflect, and each and every one of them reflect fondly on all of the childhood early moments that they've made.
Essay there, mate.
Now, if you just look back on sorry. Oh, we've ruined it. Now that middle photo there, I just want to draw your attention to that middle photo there. That was Andrew and I supervising our children at a street fair outside his place. Well, it was a beer festival rather than a street fair. And no doubt that our wives are supervising us, supervising our children. But the reason why I've included that is in the background. Just to the left of that, just out of frame, is a favourite coffee shop at Leslie and Andrews. And the owner Rich, there in that crazy Vegemite shirt just there, has made his way over here also to celebrate Harvey's life. And I think that just shows what a genuine impact Harvey has had on all of our lives here today. Now we've got a photo app called Tiny Meetings where we journal, my wife and I journal all our children's lives. And it's been so lovely to see all the photos of the two of them together, holding hands, playing games, having cuddles, these moments that are immortalised. And moments that have cut through everything else that was going on in those times. And as Hayley jumped to that next page before, these ones are some absolute classics. We've all had that giggle at what will clearly be Charlotte's 21st birthday invitation, with Leslie just in the corner there, egging her on. And clearly the swing was just Harvey's way of getting back at Charlotte for the improper use of his trampoline years earlier. Whilst there were a couple of trips back to Oz, as you saw in these photos just before, it was never going to be enough for me. So when heading over here in 2024 for a River Boys trip, I took a detour here for a few days to spend with the family, and there were many fond memories. As I mentioned before, Harvey's reading was outstanding. I loved listening to him read on that trip. I know that Lynn was very proud of that too. I remember convincing Andrew that we should let Harvey ride his bike to school here. And then I remember walking home from school with the family, having some great conversations with Harvey about what had transpired during those days. But most of all, I'm right at the end here, I remember the Ladybird Wildflower Garden. Leslie and I took the children there. It was just as spring was breaking, and we had the most magnificent morning there. And it really means so much to me that following that morning a couple of years ago, that you guys have chosen that place to focus your future celebrations of Harvey's life. Thank you, young man, for the outsized impact you had on Charlotte's life, on my life, my family's life, and on all our lives here. We're far, far better people than you.
Thanks, Dave. What a lovely tribute. We're towards the back end of our celebration ceremony this afternoon. Next up, we're going to welcome Harvey's mum, Leslie, to say a few words.
So I'm going to say a couple of things and then a little bit of a lovely story that I think will tie this whole ceremony together and the actual together as well. Harvey obviously that child that became a parent, and from the get-go, he showed that, obvious or not, he was going to create a network around him. From the nurses we made friends with at the hospital, to my first mother's group, Rosie Alessio, the CEO over there in Sydney, to Michael Stars, the first daycare, to Koala Cottage, where we carried away with not again Alessio, but also Leo, all the years. He just kept going. Harvey made sure that he was born right around the time of Charlotte. And I really feel that Harvey Tan helped do that. From making friends, my friends' kids, to new friends' kids. Yes. No. Okay. Sorry. Those of you in the back. To making friends with my old friends' kids from college, to our new friends, to our Parkside crew, to our Magnolia crew, to our neighborhood crew, to kids from the Bunko Moms. Like, I just feel wherever we went, I mean, of course, y'all are all wonderful, but Harvey somehow connected with you or your kids and has created all of this. And I am overwhelmed and so touched and so impressed by y'all for being open to receiving the love that Harvey had to give. And to Harvey for the love that he shared with anyone and everyone he met. As a small story, we went to a museum in Sydney when we were there in January. And because Harvey wasn't feeling super well, he couldn't do a lot. Maddie and Teddy went off to a splash pad. I got sorted. I come back, and Harvey has a table of like 15 people, parents, an 18-month-old, all the way up to another 9-year-old. And he has opened his backpack and given them his stitches, his primers, his markers, his keychain, anything that he has. And I thought myself that not at all. And then when time wrapped up, and the parents and the kids and the grandparents left, they all stopped by to say, "That is a wonderful boy." And I don't think anything encapsulates Harvey Tan better than that story. So we have a reading from Smite about the invisible string that connects all of us. I think most parents have probably read that to their kids one way or another. If you haven't, you can buy it on Amazon. Another book that was given to us to read to Harvey and Maddie and Teddy these last 18 months was a book called Memory Tree. And I'm not going to tell you the significance because I think if I read it to you, the significance will become clear. But it just couldn't be more perfect. Before I read it, I just want to say thank you to Haley and Joe. The conversations we're having lately is just like, you know, some days you just know who in your circle is going to just do the best job. So from Haley to Joe to Anne to Lisa to Dejuni to Allison to third grade class to Becky to Rebecca to Heather to Sage to Bailey, Rachel, I just want every single one of y'all has done an amazing job. And I'm just so thankful for all of y'all. So I'm now going to read also, if you haven't already, we got a complete song. There was once a fox who lived with all the other animals in the forest. Fox had lived a long and happy life, but now he was tired. Very slowly, Fox made his way to his favorite spot in a clearing. He looked at his beloved forest one last time and lay down. Fox closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and fell asleep forever. Everything around Fox was still and peaceful. Snow began to fall, gently covering him with a soft blanket. Owl had watched Fox from the top of his tree. He flew down and landed next to his friend. Owl was very sad. He had known Fox for a long time, but Owl knew the time had come for his friend to leave. One by one, Fox's friends came to the clearing. First squirrel and weasel, then bear, deer, and bird, and finally rabbit, mouse, and others came to sit by Fox. Fox had been loved by everyone. He had been kind and caring. No one could imagine life in the forest without him.
The animals sat in silence for a very long time. Al was the first to speak. He smiled warmly and said, "I remember when Fox and I were very young. Every autumn we raced to see who could catch more falling leaves. The other animals remembered and smiled." Mal said softly, "I remember how much Fox loved the sunset. He always sat at this exact spot." The animals remembered. Many of them had joined Fox, watching the sun go down. It was a happy memory, and their sad hearts filled with warmth. Bear remembered how Fox had looked after her cubs one spring. Rabbit smiled when she told the story of how Fox had played tag with her in the tall grass. Squirrel talked about Fox helping him dig up berry nuts in the deep snow last winter. One by one, the animals remembered their favorite stories about Fox. Fox had touched the lives of all the animals in the forest with his warmth and kindness, and they all smiled, remembering. While the animals talked, a little orange plant grew out of the snow where Fox was lying. Small and delicate at first, and hardly noticeable, the plant grew bigger, stronger, and more beautiful with each story. The animals talked about Fox all through the night, and in the morning, the little plant had grown into a small tree. The animals saw the tree and knew that Fox was still a part of them. During the next days, weeks, and months, the animals remembered many more stories about Fox. Their heavy hearts began to feel lighter. The more they remembered, the more the tree grew, higher and higher, and more beautiful, until it was the tallest tree in the forest. A tree made from memories and full of love. Fox's tree was big and strong enough to shelter all the animals. It was always buzzing with life. The birds built their nest among the leaves, and Owl raised his grandchicks on the branches. Squirrel found a cozy home in the trunk, and bear, deer, and rabbit slept in its shade. The tree gave strength to everyone who had loved Fox. And so, Fox lived on in their hearts forever.
So, I think that's So I think that story perfectly encapsulates what we are hoping to achieve with the tree that we've dedicated to Harvey in the Wildflower Center. It's a place surrounded by a place where you can go to play, you can go as adults, you can go as children, and you can just take a moment to remember and share stories in your mind and your heart or with others about Harvey. And this tree hopefully will live for hundreds of years. I shared a quote. I get a quote, just a thought that my friend wrote recently. And I said, grief is like a bullet, right? Something that, like Sisyphus, will carry with us forever. However, right now it's large and it's heavy and it's hard to carry. But as we talk and remember Harvey and share stories, we will wear that, hold it down, and it will end up being a love stone that we carry in our pocket. And we can have it for the rest of our lives. It's easy to carry, it's a part of us. We can pull it out, we can touch it, we can think about it, we can love it, and we can put it back in the pocket and carry it with us as we go on. And I ask of you, each of you that's here, if you will work on creating a little memory stone of Harvey that you can carry in your pocket for the rest of your lives. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. A lot of things reminded me to say. Since we couldn't make it out to the Wildflower Center today because of the weather, Allison North, Arlo, Davis, Ollie North, have all worked very hard together along with their great across from Clayton to make a photo trip. If you could take a moment when you need to stop outside and look at this beautiful tree with all of these lovely leaves of cherry and Murray that these children have from you. We really appreciate it. I don't know what you're planning to do with the tree. It's going to Clayton. I want to come to Thank you, everybody.
Wonderful, thanks. We have a little exercise going now. I'd like to invite Cheryl. Cool, wonderful.
All right, so just as it says, everyone has one of these cards. And so if you will use your phones on them, quickly card and enjoy the slideshow of super hard.
While y'all do that, we're going to take 5 minutes. There's a lovely slideshow that Shay created that will trigger your memories of Harvey and hopefully give you something lovely to draw right from it.
Not an easy one forward. Thank you, Chef. To come to a close today, we want to begin with the traditional Irish blessing in honor of Harvey's 1/4 Irish heritage. The lovely dads. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. The rains fall softly on your face. Until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. May green be the grass you walk on. May blue be the skies above you. May pure be the joys that surround you. May true be the hearts that love you. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the warm rays of the sun fall upon your home. May the land of flame always be you. So I want to say thank you all for being here today. To loving Harvey so deeply, and for surrounding his family with so much love and support. It's going to conclude the service, but before you leave, we're incredibly grateful if you guys would share that memory. And place it in a wooden memory box that's on the outside. Those memories will become something that family treasures forever. And we hope everyone can join us after this and directly over there. Everybody, please, on the back, there to the right. We'll see you guys at Dave Buster's.